Chapter 3. A unique educational institution. Prior to projection. Thursday, July 19th, 1979. 1 o'clock in the morning. Second sleep of the night. Continuation of the previous projection related in Chapter 2. Extraphysical period. I became lucid upon entering into some sort of construction with a high roof and arched doors. It was an enormous educational institution. Upon going through one of the large doors, a shining extraphysical consciousness approached me, and, while staring at me, emitted this thought: "So, do you recognize me?" I looked at the young face of apparently 13 years, with big eyes and black skin, radiating contagious happiness. I instantly recognized him. It was Tancredo, a very sick boy whom I had treated until his inevitable biological, intraphysical, death a long time ago at my clinic in the city of Uberaba, Brazil. He was one of many whom I had seen and no longer remembered. The impact of the surprise brought me uncontrollable emotion. Nothing was said. Communication occurred through pure thought transmission. The profound satisfaction of seeing Tancredo again moved me to embrace him as I addressed the thought to him. "Look, I'm conscious. After returning to the soma, I can remember these occurrences. Isn't it marvelous?" The flow of his thoughts returned firmly. "Yes, it's marvelous. But take advantage of it in order to take ideas back to your physical world. Don't miss the opportunity." Mentally, I quickly asked, "Take what? Do you have any lessons to offer me?" "Yes. Analyze how electronic equipment functions. It radiates waves that not only interfere with the minds of children, but also with the process of projection by affecting the vibrations in the structure of the psychosoma. Think about the effects of this radiation and their consequences." He had not pronounced anything with his mouth, nor had I heard words with my ears. Sometimes, in the extraphysical dimension, the words one hears or the thoughts one captures appears as if they were echoes. It seems that we know the extraphysical consciousness's thoughts before they are expressed. As a general rule, the projector hears the thought of the extraphysical consciousness in the extraphysical dimension like he hears the voice of a person while in the waking state. He revealed that the institution that sheltered him belongs to the Ascensal extraphysical colony situated on the outskirts of the city of Patrocínio in the state of Minas Gerais, Brazil. There were extraphysical consciousnesses in conditions similar to Tancredo's who preferred to reduce their apparent age and behave like adolescents in order to better prepare for their upcoming intraphysical life. The candidate for physical rebirth transformed not only his or her appearance, but also the attitudes, interests, occupation, and lifestyle, and created a likeness of the conditions he or she would soon confront. The educational institution had hundreds of extraphysical residents and welcomes visits from projected persons, utilizing their dense energies in order to give the environment even greater authenticity. With the assistance of other extraphysical consciousnesses, Tancredo had created an environment for himself having an ambience of installations similar to that in which he will live during his next intraphysical life. Placing himself in a sort of mini-existence, a pre-existence, or a simulated existence, he models, using morphothocenes, the same conditions that he will face in terrestrial life. It is an extraphysical setting similar to the workplace of his future profession as a research engineer in electronics. This specialized resource of creating a simulated intraphysical reality benefits the candidates for rebirth who have personal merit and are preparing to work at specific tasks in a certain community or multidimensional team. This shows that they are doing and will do what they enjoy, having gained experience in previous intraphysical lives. They thus try, as opportunity permits, to lay a foundation in order to enrich the memory bank of the next biological body. The process of setting up a scenario of the future as a preview of the next life of the person, brought to mind the simulated voyage training of astronauts, where each one practices wearing a specialized suit for the performance of space missions. The higher the intraphysical evolutionary level one enjoys, the better the extraphysical conditions will have been prior to one's rebirth. On some advanced planets, the difference between the intraphysical and extraphysical dimensions can hardly be felt. This is not the case on Earth, where we still confront extremely diverse conditions, not only in terms of the organism, but in the environment in which it must survive. After a festive farewell, Tancredo left, emotionally touched by my lucid presence. As I reflected on the event, another little boy arrived carrying some kind of apparatus in his hand. He stopped in the middle of the passageway, looking like a watchman, and addressed me with a sharp thought. "Hold it there. Don't try to pass, or I will use this instrument. It can deform your face." I sent him thoughts telling him to calm down, explaining that I was a peaceful visitor and was already leaving. I asked myself, has he noticed that I am a projected person? Only then was it possible for me to observe the institution's surroundings. The place was an immense workshop, crammed with scrap iron, thousands of parts, sections of machines, workbenches, and hanging objects, all of which were more consistent morphothoscenes. Adolescent-looking extraphysical consciousnesses were practicing the mental sculpting of morphothoscenes and working with the tools and other objects they had created, learning to materialize things in preparation for their coming intraphysical life. I did not write down the duration of this projection, which must have lasted more than an hour. The emotional impact of seeing Tancredo again triggered my precipitated return to the Soma. Emotionalism generally reduces our rationality, robbing us of the ability to make serene, intelligent decisions. After returning, an extraphysical consciousness having the appearance of a young girl informed my wife by speaking through me that, in work in which only two persons are apparent, there are many consciousnesses, including some projected individuals actively participating in the work, depending on the night. This young girl also works at the educational institution that prepares extraphysical consciousnesses for their next intraphysical life. Later, my extraphysical friend, Jose Grosso, appeared, performed some energy exercises, and departed, leaving an intense flow of energy in his wake. I immediately began to record this, as well as the previous entry, while fully alert in the office of my apartment. What a difference! I went to sleep so tired, roamed around, and was now feeling fine. Observations. Projections show us that one should never undervalue personal acquaintances and friendships made during human existence, no matter how insignificant they may seem. As no intelligence becomes extinct in the course of evolution, sooner or later, here in matter or elsewhere in the extraphysical dimension, destinies will cross renewing relationships.